Okay, so let's hope things are going okay. I'm not sure if this is going to work out. I'll type myself a note and see if it's working. If you're watching, say hi and where you are from. I type pretty slowly, so that's not much good. So let's have a look at how it looks on the software. Okay, well that looks okay. That's looking encouraging. Let's see how it looks over here. So open widget. Stream's good. Stream's healthy. Okay. All looking good. So it's a gorgeous day. Hello, is that someone else just put something up there? No, that's me. Just come through. So there's a bit of a delay on this one. So I'll just send a friend a text, see if they can say something. So it's a bit of a windy old day. We've had a bit of rain. It's probably going to rain a little bit later. Certainly a bit cooler than what we've had lately. Andrew, how are you? Thanks for joining. And you're from Keysborough. That's where my father's a member. Keysborough Golf Club. So you'd be missing golf, I'm sure. What are you doing when you can't play golf? Let's have a look and see what it's like on here. Okay, that's fine. Good. So I've been trying to keep myself busy. It's been 5 weeks tomorrow since I was not able to coach. So we shut down at Morak about 5 weeks ago tomorrow. So I've been trying to adjust to a life that is very different. So I'm staying at home and I'm getting myself into a bit of a routine. I'm an early bird, so I usually get up early in the morning, do a little bit of work, check everything, and then go and have breakfast, and I have a shower, get changed, and then I kiss my wife good morning and see you later, and I go into my office. So I've been spending lots of time in here, so I've been trying to help people, so I've been contacting my clients and phoning them, and Andrew's been putting a lot inside from room to room. I used to do that when I was a kid. I used to set it up so that I would go from the hallway into the bedroom, and my rules for putting when I was a kid were that if I hit a piece of furniture or I hit a wall, that was a one-shot penalty. So I'd have to try and get the right pace to get access into a little circle of paper that I'd cut out in the size of a hole, and that was actually good fun. Used to fill in my time quite well, and without knowing it, I was doing it to stop off boredom or stave off boredom, but it really helped me with my putting distance control. And Andrew's bought a Seymour Giant after watching my review a while ago. Well, that's good. I wish I was on commission, but it is a really good putter. I really love the Seymour putters and the way they line up. So they're making there's one that's going at the moment, and they're not showing it. I haven't seen any pictures, but it's a bit like a ping style with a gooseneck, and they've had some success with it with people on tour taking it up. So I'm really keen to see what that looks like. But I've also been trying the latest Mizuno putter. So Mizuno have just released a range of forged putters. They're absolutely gorgeous. They feel fantastic. So I think Mizuno are the only ones that actually forge putters. Most of the others are cast. So I've been fiddling around with that for a little while. But have you been trying any of the other stuff, Andrew? Have you been trying any chipping in the backyard, or trying to hit bunker shots with a towel? I put that out in my video on Monday, how to practice hitting a bunker shot from a towel. And it's funny, I've had a couple of people say to me, "Oh, you've copied so-and-so from Golf Digest." I can actually say I haven't copied anyone. And I tell the story in that video of how it came to be. I was at Chellenbar Golf Club. It was about 18 years ago, and it was pouring with rain for 2 days, and I had a lot of country people coming for a clinic, and it was booked out. So rather than cancel, I set up shop in the clubhouse, and we moved furniture and tables, and a lady was desperate to have a bunker lesson. That's the only reason she came. So I thought, how can I teach someone how to play a bunker shot without having a bunker? So I looked around me, and because it was raining and I'd been to the car a few times, I had a towel handy, and then I thought, I've got a plastic ball here and a towel. I wonder if that works. So what I ended up doing is I folded up the towel, folded it in half, just like I did in the video, and I got the lady to first of all hit the towel and move the towel without a ball, and that was a great way of doing it. And then after that, we would introduce a ball, and then I'd move the table up close. So the table was green height, so that was what's that, about a 2.5 foot drop, I suppose, maybe a 3 foot drop. So that's a bit intimidating, but it didn't take very long, and we actually did it. And here's Anthony. Nice round the other day, Anthony. So we haven't met in person yet, but Anthony's joined my membership program, and he had a very good score the other day. So yes, Anthony, I've got the live chat sorted. It's taken a little while. Something that should be really easy wasn't. So I've changed software. So if this really works, I'm going to try and start to go live. Now, are you coming to my Zoom meeting tonight, Anthony? I think I saw you register. And of course, if anyone wants to come to one of my Zoom meetings, I'm holding them on Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock Melbourne time, which is in just under 6 hours time from now. And you can register for that at my website, which is www.thegolfdoctor.com.au. And then if you click on the online meeting button, you can register for the meeting. So this week's theme is improving your mental skills. So that's what we're doing tonight. So I've got a sports psychologist, good friend of mine. We're actually working on a course together that we're going to be releasing soon, but he's going to be on board tonight, so you can come along. So Anthony is coming. That's great. Jeff, how are you? Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed. Yeah, I don't actually know how I'm going to go back to work, because I've been so busy. I think I've been working 8 to 10 hour days every day, just trying to work on things. And the Zoom meetings have been keeping me sane, to be perfectly honest, as well as doing the junior classes. So I'm doing online junior classes twice a week on Zoom, and that is fun. So the kids are really enjoying it, and it's amazing how quickly they're improving. So normally in my half-hour class, I've got 6 kids in the class, and I get to spend a few minutes with each of them, and I keep moving up and down the line. With a Zoom junior class, it's changing what I do. So I can't look at them all, the 16 kids in the class, and it's just amazing what you can do. Yeah, I didn't think it was possible to do a junior class online, but it's actually quite good. So every week they get homework, or between every class, and the homework is to film their golf swing. And they're all getting so much better. It's incredible. Jeff, you're at Bargara. I've played Bargara. In fact, I played Bargara back in about 1988, 87, something like that. And I played with Ronnie Corbett from the two Ronnies. And I remember teeing off, and I got off to a pretty good start in the Pro-Am. And Ronnie didn't say much. He was quite the opposite of his on-screen persona. He just played golf, and he's a bit grumpy, actually. Anyway, we got to, I can't remember which hole it was. It might have been the 3rd or the 5th or something like that. But it was early to mid front 9. And I had a really good score going. And then for some reason, there was an hour and a half wait before playing the next hole. So Ronnie said, it's good night from me and it's good night from him, and walked off, and never saw him again. But they had a sort of a shotgun start scenario, and there were lots of people going around, and they just put too many on the golf course. So we finished up. I had to go back into the clubhouse for an hour and a half and then come back. But I do remember it. I think I shot 2 under par from memory, and I lost the tournament by 1 shot. to a guy called Roger Davis, who's currently the president of the PGA. So that brings back memories. I also remember it because I was running out of money fast and I had to play well so I could get some money to go to the next event. So how's the course at the moment, Jeff? Is it in good nick? I remember a lot about that day, but I don't remember a lot about the golf course. But I remember it was, well, obviously I played well, so it's one of my favourite courses isn't that funny how we do it? If we play well, we think it's a great course. If we play badly, it's a terrible course. But yeah, and I'm sure you haven't stopped playing golf. So you're a lucky bugger, and Anthony's looking in the same way. He's been playing golf. Poor Andrew, he and I are from Victoria, and there is no chance of us playing golf. It's quite funny. We've got, in the state of Victoria, we're the only state now that can't play golf. And I think our Premier is the only Premier that plays golf, and Daniel Andrews is a passionate golfer, and I think at some stage he may still be a member of Keysborough Golf Club. And Andrew's saying Ronnie Corbett played around Keysborough in February 1988. So there you go. Must have been the same trip. So Jeff's saying comps are still going on here. Only one person per buggy and only two per group. And the course is looking great. Well, that's good to hear. I know I was on a meeting the other day with a group of golf pros all around the world. And there was a guy from New Zealand saying that golf was opening up that day. And I think that was Tuesday. So golf was open that day for the first time. And they're only allowed to play in ones. Unless they're with a family group who have been living together in isolation, and they're able to go out and play as a one or as a group in that case. But the golf ranges are closed, and there's no coaching allowed at this point. So I figure that when we do go back, can't imagine the golf range is going to be open. The golf course, I'm sure, will open, and they'll have strict rules on what we can do, 2 to a group, no touching flags, rakes out of the bunkers, all that sort of thing. But I don't think I'll be coaching for a little while, and that's okay. I'm not in a hurry. As much as I miss coaching, I want to make sure everything's safe. Paul Gary, he's in Ringwood and can't wait to get back to the golf course. Now, I'll just give you a piece of advice, Paul. I've had 3 clients talk to me in the last week. 2 of them from Morak and one was from Ringwood, and the story pretty much goes the same line. They were sick to death of isolation, so they thought they would get out on the golf course, no one would be around, and they just go and hit a few balls. They were sick of hitting balls in a net. So they went out on the course, and this particular person was playing at Ringwood. He hit 2 balls on one hole and then looked up, and in the distance he could see a husband and wife, or a male and a female, walking a dog. He then proceeded to hit and then went down to pick them up, and they were undercover police officers. So they promptly issued him with a $1,600 fine, and that's happened to 2 other people that I know at Morak. So just be very patient and be very careful if you do decide to get out there. You normally play at Dorset, so a good friend of mine looks after Dorset and Ringwood. He used to be my boss at Morak, Stuart Robertson. So he's overseeing both courses. So I've played both Dorset and I've played at Ringwood, but I don't reckon I've played either of them since about 88. So about the same time as when I played with Ronnie Corbett, about that era. So I have gone past Ringwood a few times on the freeway there, but yeah. So what's everyone's biggest frustration at the moment? If I wasn't planning on going for long here, but everything seems to be working, so we might as well keep going for a little while. I've had my coffee. It's not raining at the moment, but it's looking like it's going to, so that's probably going to eliminate my bike ride that I was planning on going on. That's one thing I have been doing in my time away, is I'm averaging 100 kilometres a week on my bike. And I don't do anything massive, just trying to do 20 and 30k rides here and there, and it's good for the body, but it's really, really good for the brain, and that's the thing that we all need to be thinking of, is trying not to be down and depressed, and that getting out and exercising, whatever it is really good for you. And I'm not so much a fit specimen, but I do love getting out on the bike. And I'm not very good at it. So I'm about a 27 marker when it comes to bike riding. So, but I really enjoy it. I'm a bit like some of my clients. They're not necessarily good at golf, but they love it. And everyone hopes to get a little bit better. So we've got some more messages here. So Jeff Harcher, where do I book one of the Zoom chats you run? Is it through the Zoom app on here somewhere? I haven't used Zoom yet. I think there is more people walking the course than golfers. Okay. Yeah, no, if you go to my website, that's probably the best way to do it. So it's thegolfdoctor.com.au. Then you'll see a button that says online meetings, and you click on that, and then you can choose the meeting that you want to register. So you just click on that, you'll get, you fill out the details, and then you get a link to the meeting, and then you can download Zoom from there for free. Neville Taylor, whereabouts are you from, Neville? I haven't seen where you're from, but you're sick of losing momentum of golf improvement. Yeah, it can be a bit like that. But there's always things we can improve when it comes to golf. It's not just hitting drivers and 3-woods. There's a lot of things we can improve. And there's a story of an American serviceman that was in the Vietnam War. And I use him sometimes as an example of what we can do. So he was captured, put in a cage out in the open, and at the start of the war, he was an early 90 shooter. So after about 3 to 4 months, he could feel himself going insane. So he decided he was going to play a game of golf at his home golf course in his mind every day. So he did this in real time, and he tried to engage all of the senses. So he's in a 4.5 foot by 5 foot cage, not a very pleasant environment, as you could imagine. And he thought about what he was going to wear every day. You know, what shirt, what shorts. He would feel the warm breeze on his face. He would imagine playing with different people that he played. He just really engaged all those senses. So he was in the cage for 7 years, and at the end he survived, got back to his home, and he was in a very weakened state, as you would imagine, being in a cage for 7 years. So he didn't have the physical strength that he once had. He went out and played golf, and what do you think he shot? It's going to be hard for you all to answer, but so I'll try and pad for a little bit. But if you want to take a guess, put it in the comments down there, and I'll try not to give you the answer until I've seen someone do it. I think it's about a 45-second delay between what I'm saying and when it appears on YouTube. So I'll stick with it. Meanwhile, I'll have a look at what some of these other comments are. So Andrew Wolf's missing not playing outdoor and X-Golf indoor. I've never tried X-Golf, but I know a lot of people are. David Rem, how are you, champ? I'm well, David. How are you? You must be another brother. So pleased to meet you. Paul Gary, I've had plenty of chipping practice in the backyard, and that's all. Yeah, well, every little bit that you can do helps. Okay, so Neville's put 82. That's good. I'll see David Ram 77. Okay, so Neville Taylor plays at Easton. Now that name rings a bell. I've got a feeling I might have coached Neville before. If I have, Neville, can you just let me know, because I can check it up on my database, but I don't want to lose this screen. Well, where are we? Neville plays at Easton. Hi, awesome Alice Wolf. Hello, awesome Alice Wolf. Whereabouts are you from? David is your cheeky son. Okay, well, good name. Is he beating Dad yet? I remember when the first time I beat Dad, my pocket money stopped. So I learned to sort of beat Dad after about 15 and then play badly over the last few holes just to make sure I got my pocket money. So, okay, so we've got a few guesses. The real result, 79, there's another one there. He actually shot 74. So he went from shooting early 90s to 74 in a weakened state. So this is getting back to the American soldier, and he's I can't think of his first name, but it's Nesbitt was the guy's second name. So I think that's an inspirational story. So if he can improve that much by just playing golf mentally, and I think the key point is engaging the senses. He's engaged all of them. We can all improve not being able to play golf now. Where are we? Getting sound feedback for some reason. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I'll have a look at the replay when I finish and I'll see what happens. Yeah, I thought I'd recognise the name Neville. Good, I've set you straight a few times. Good, I'll look forward to doing that again. Anthony's saying it's echoing. So I'm not sure why that is the case. So let me fiddle with one of the settings here. And that's strange. I've just changed one of the settings. We'll see if that makes it worse or better. So I'll just keep talking here and you let me know in the comments what's happening with it. So I can do YouTube Live straight from my mobile phone. That's something I can do, and I have done that a long time ago in the past, but it just went good again. Okay, that's good. I'll keep that one in mind. Let me know if it gets worse. So I can do that, but it's limiting. So I want to be able to have a different experience. So I'm fiddling with it, and I've got some good ideas, and I'd like to be able to do this once a week at various times. So particularly when I do get back to work. That's worked. That's good. Excellent. So I'll put that one in my memory bank for when I do this in the future. I think this is working quite well. So now it's supposed to come up with a message if someone subscribes. Now possibly no one is subscribed because you're all probably subscribed to my channel. But if it works or someone does something, there's supposedly a little message pops up on the screen somewhere. So if you haven't subscribed, can you possibly subscribe, and let's see if this little test works. And there's Matt Agius. How are you, Matt? I think I did coach you an awful long time ago, back in the 80s, back at Narrabeen Golf Range. I think that's right. Am I right there? Just let me know in the comments there. So yeah, this is a whole new world. One of the best things about not having to coach is it gives me time to learn. So I've been fiddling with this software, trying to make it work. And here's one. How do I keep myself busy? Lots of people have asked me that, but I usually get up around 5. So I catch up on some emails at 5 in the morning. I don't set my alarm, I just naturally wake up. Although this morning I didn't wake up until 7:05. And that was when my dog jumped up on the bed and gave me a big lick on the face and saying, "Come on, Dad, I'm hungry, breakfast time." And there's Matt saying that's true. Yes, that was a while ago. We were all much younger then. And I was a much better player then too. And as every year goes by, I was a better player then. I think that's the way it works. The third becomes second, and the second becomes a win, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so anyway, getting back to the other question. Yeah, so I sort of wake up early naturally. I answer a few emails. I do a little bit of research. So when you do a video, like I do, trying to come up with ideas for videos. I don't just think, oh, I'm going to make a video. I've got to do some research on the video and some of the stuff that I'm planning on doing, and that makes me very productive. It's my most productive time. Getting me after about 6 p.m, I sometimes fall asleep, so that's not my most productive. So once I've done that, I usually have breakfast, go and have a shower, kiss my wife goodbye, and then I walk up the other end of the house and I head into my office. And I've been doing some online courses through the PGA. I've been attending some online meetings with other golf pros. I've been phoning clients, so I try and phone about 5 clients a day. I'm planning out different courses, so my junior classes that I'm doing each week requires a little bit of work and a bit of planning. So So I do that, coming up with Zoom meetings. The day just seems to go, and I'm teaching myself new things all the time. So this new, I started off with OBS software, and now I'm going to a different version called Streamlabs OBS. So I'm doing that. So I haven't been bored yet. In fact, I think I've only listened to two podcasts and in 5 weeks, and I'm an avid podcast listener. And I usually do that going to work. I've got a 40-minute drive from where I live to work, and it's perfect for a podcast. Sometimes I listen to one coming home as well, but usually I'm phoning clients or I do my own review. So I tend to review every day when I come home in the car. So I have some quiet time and I think about every lesson that I've given, and I think, could I have said something differently? Could I have handled that differently? And I reward myself when I think I've done a good job, and I try and learn from any mistakes that I've made. And if I've made a really big mistake, I quite often phone the person and say, how about I get you back in a couple of days and I'll just check you over and do that. It doesn't happen very often, but I like to review, because I never know. I don't know everything. I'm constantly evolving. No matter how good I am today, tomorrow's a different story. So I'm always trying to get better and better. Andrew Wolf, do you have a favourite country course? My favourites are Leongatha, Lang Lang, and I really enjoyed Black Bull at Yarrawonga. I haven't played any of those, I've got to say. I'm doing a meeting for members of Lang Lang Golf Club in a couple of weeks. I'm doing a Zoom meeting. A friend of mine is involved there and has asked me to provide one. So that's as close as I'll get, but I will get to play there. I've heard really good things about it. Black Bull I've heard of, but I haven't seen, and I've certainly never played Leongatha. Horsham before the fires, and I haven't played it since, but Horsham was an amazing golf course. It felt like it was a sandbelt course in the middle of nowhere, really. So that was always a good course. I always enjoyed Shepparton Golf Club. I remember playing there as a kid, and it was pretty special. Dad and I played in the Open, and we had another friend of ours, a guy with the nickname the Warrnambool Walloper. And the three of us went up, stayed in the motel, and the motel backed onto the 18th green. And I remember we got there in the dark, and I didn't know that. And I woke up the next morning, and I opened up the doors and looked outside, and there below me was the 18th green. So that was always an enjoyable experience. But then, of course, you've got St Andrews Beach. A course like that, is that considered country? Even though it's not really city, but it's not that far from the city. But we're very lucky. We do have some really good golf courses. So Rohit, stay safe. Yes, you stay safe too. I want everyone to stay safe. I want us all to be back out playing golf and as soon as we can. Andrew said if Leongatha was located in Melbourne, it would be in the top 50 in Australia. I'll have to get down and have a look at that. It's not actually that far from where I live, but one of the things that I've been doing in my absence of working is considering how little golf I've played in the last few years. So I've been too busy coaching, and I was coaching 7 days a week, and then I dropped down to 6 days a week, and now I'm down to 5 days a week, but I'm working 5 full days and doing YouTube, and I'm experimenting with possibly starting up my podcast again, but there's only a certain amount of time that we have available to us, and sleep's a bit overrated. So fortunately I don't need a lot of sleep, but we all do need sleep. So I've got to be very careful at what I do, but I do miss playing golf. I don't want to play golf competitively, but just getting out there, smelling the cut grass and just hitting golf shots, it was great. So I was fortunate in February. I went away to Barwon Heads. Now there's one, that's my favourite course outside of Melbourne, Barwon Heads Golf Club. So I hope that one answers your question, Andrew. Every year, Dad and I and a couple of his mates go down to Barwon Heads, and we have 3 days of golf. We don't go to any other course. We just stay at the golf club, and we just play on the course. It is a fantastic place. They've got great food, great wine, an amazing golf course, and every day is different because of the wind. It's that links style course, and it's just a delight. You've got to have a whole variety of shots So yeah, I think Barwon Heads would be my favourite, and it's definitely outside of Melbourne, so we'd have to say it was a country course. Neville, what is my best score? Oh, that's a trick question. My best score is 59. So you can all be going, wow, what a fantastic score. Well, I could really be dishonest, but it is my best score. I'm not lying there. It was at the Fijian Hotel Golf Club, Pro-Am, and it was back in about 1985. I was a third year trainee and I won a scholarship to go and play on the Fiji tour. And my first round there was 59. And it sounds wonderful, but it was actually 3 under par. It was a par 62. So a couple of mates nicknamed me Al Guyberger, the first guy to ever shoot 59 in a PGA Tour event. So I had the nickname of Al for a while, but it was a fantastic score, but it was only 3 under par. I think my best in a tournament was 4 under par, and that was at Warrnambool Golf Club. And there's another really good golf course. So the more I do this, it's very hard to say which are favourites. And I noticed that Neville's put up 13th Beach. Yes, 13th Beach is a great course too. Very, very good. But yeah, I had in the final round of the Vic Open in 1988, I shot the best score on the last day. I had 4 under and I 3-putted the last hole, which was a par 5. I hit it on for 2. But that tournament got me straight into the Australian Open at Metropolitan the following week. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. Ron Dobby, yes, Ron, I've played Barnbougle. I've been to Barnbougle lots and lots and lots. Now I think Anthony might have just subscribed. No, it's an emoji. He's rolling around the floor laughing. Okay, there we go. Yes. I do have a weird sense of humour sometimes, but I haven't actually told a joke yet. But 3 under par is pretty impressive. 59, yeah. I always say that. Now, where were we? Have I played Barnbougle? I've played Barnbougle, must be in excess of 40 times. When I was working at Riversdale Golf Club, I used to take a group over every year to Barnbougle, and originally it just had the one course. And then when they opened up the second course, Lost Farm, I played that as well. So yeah, really good place to go. And that's one of the things that I've also thought that I might start doing, in taking a group across and taking some tour groups around. I've got some golf pro friends that were thinking about taking a tour group to Hawaii, and we would all have a team of 8. So I would get 8 people, and they would get 8 people each, and we could have a little challenge. So I think that there was 4 of us, so we'd have 4 teams of 8. But given the current crisis, I think we're a fair bit away from doing that. But yeah, I'd love to get back to Barnbougle. Very, very good place. I used to take Dad and his 2 mates to Barnbougle every year. But Dad doesn't like flying that much and doesn't travel that well. So it's much easier to get in the car and drive an hour and 40 than it is to worry about the flights and all of that. So yeah, it's one of those. Echo is back. Echo, go away. I haven't touched anything, so that's quite strange. Maybe it's the window that I've got here, but if I close the blind, it would be a little bit dark. What's my goal? There's a good question, Rohit. What's my goal for the year? Are you thinking about golf-wise? Last year, I've got to be honest now, don't tell anyone. Fortunately, this doesn't go anywhere. No one's watching it, so no one's going to know this. But in 2019, I only played 3 rounds of golf. I played all 3 at Barwon Heads. So that's probably the worst year of my life in golf numbers. So this year I would like to be able to get to the end of the year and not know how many games of golf I've played. That's my first goal. And secondly, I don't want to know the dates that I played. Unfortunately, I can remember the dates of every single golf course that I played last year and who I played with. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Now, while I'm doing this, I've just received a text that Daniel Andrews, our Premier, may lift the ban on golf courses after May 11. So I'm not sure how accurate that is. That's someone that I know that has done that. So if that's the case, we could be back playing golf in a couple of weeks, which would be really good. Not sure what that means for coaching, but certainly for golf, that's a great thing. So personally and with golf, well, I want to try and work a bit less. So I love my work. It's not really a bother to work, but I would like to get on the bike a little bit more and do a bit more bike riding, and I certainly want to play more golf. So I've got to try and find a way to try and shorten some of the days that I work. I do put in some big days, and so I'll work towards that. The other thing is I want to get people out on the golf course. That's a really big plan. Typically, golf pros are different to most other coaches. You think about any other coach that you see, that the coach watches the player play in competition. So football coaches, whether it's soccer, rugby league, rugby union, American football, whatever it is, whatever code of football you'd care to look at, the coach watches the players play. As a golf coach, I hardly ever see any of my players play on the golf course. I always see them at the range, and they've always got a slice, and they come to me, and the two things people want is they want more consistency, and they want to stop hitting it as far to the right, being right-handed, and they want to eliminate their slice. So I can do that during most lessons, and most of the time people leave my lesson bay feeling pretty good, and we've managed to fix a few things. But they go out on the golf course, even if they walk straight from the teaching bay out onto the golf course, their score doesn't necessarily improve. So I really want to try and help people lower their golf score. That's the biggest thing for me, is just getting people lowering golf score. Not so much fixing a golf swing, because it's very difficult to fix a golf swing. It takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of frustration involved. I'm not saying I don't do that. Of course, I will always do that. But some people don't need to fix their golf swing. They want to, but they don't need to. If we can just give them a better strategy, or give them a strategy. Most people don't have a strategy. They stand up, hit it, go find it, hit it again, go find it. That's their strategy. If we can come up with a strategy, I think everyone can lower their score. So I want to get out on the golf course a lot more than what we normally do. So when we do come back, I'll be having a program where I'll take 3 people out on the golf course and play 9 holes with them. So that's going to do 2 things. It's going to, 1, get me playing golf more. 2, it's much nicer to spend time on a golf course than it is under a tin roof in a teaching bay. And I really enjoy talking to people and meeting people and growing relationships with people. And there's no better place to do that than the golf course. Now it looks like the echo has come back, but now it's gone away again. That's interesting. I haven't touched anything, so that could be an internet issue, although it's telling me my internet's okay. Rowett's saying that I've managed to fix a lot. I've fixed a lot for me. Wish I could be in your country and take lessons. And from India. I've got quite a few people from India, Rowett, sorry. And yeah, look, I'm glad I've been able to help you. If you really want to, you can join my membership program. That's, even though you can't come here, although I have had one man that does travel from India to Australia for work, and every time he comes, he looks me up and we have a few sessions. But yeah, if you really want me to take a look at your golf swing, you could join my membership program. So if you were interested, it's $10 US a month, $20 a month, or $45 a month US. There's different levels. So if you go onto my website, thegolfdoctor.com.au, and click on the membership button, and it'll tell you all about it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. But it's not quite as good as one-on-one, but having coached from 3 meters in the couple of weeks prior to finishing up, I actually think it's better to coach via video than it is for me to be 3 meters away from you coaching there. So it's funny how it doesn't seem logical, but it's much easier to do it that way than to do it from 3 meters. So yeah, well, I think that's pretty good. How long have we been going? We've been going 39 minutes and 31 seconds. Geez, I can talk, can't I? If anyone's got another question, we will. I'll give you a chance to answer. We've got this sort of 45-second or minute delay, which I don't think I can fix. I've tried, and it just seems to be something inherent. So we'll see. But if you've got any questions, ask away. And if I don't see anything come through, I'll stop it now. This is only a test, but it's been a really good test. So thank you to everyone that's joined in. And as I said, if you want to join any of my meetings, just go to the website, click on the online meeting. I'd love to have you. So this week's mental, the mental side of golf, and I haven't got a topic for the next couple, but if we're back playing golf on about the 11th or the 12th of May, if that happens, I could be going back to work, and then I won't be doing my Zoom meetings. So I may have to start, I may have to keep them going for a little bit, but I've really enjoyed them. So no one's really putting a question up, so thank you very much for your time. I look forward to meeting you, and most importantly, hope you and your family all stay well, and look after yourself. And I'll see you all on the golf course or on a Zoom meeting or on YouTube quite soon. Thank you.